So, welcome to Embedded World here in Nuremberg. I'm currently at the stand of ECRIN, a company involved in embedded computing. I'm together with Elie Gasny. He is Vice President Marketing, and he got a new exciting concept which he will introduce to us.
Yes, thank you, Jürgen. Effectively, it's a really exciting concept that we call myOPALE. We introduced it for the first time at Embedded World. And the big difference for the other industrial PC you can find from the market is that we don't use directly the PCI Express on the PCB, but we use it through what we call PCI Express over cable. Okay, that allows us to completely dissociate the CPU from the I/O cards, and we have the standard I/O from an embedded PC. But the big difference is that at the bottom of the module we have the 24 PCI Express link through mini-SAS HD connector, standard connector we can buy from the consumer market, very low price. And with this extension we go to the Modular I/O that we will present you later on the different use case, and we can also directly connect the storage through the NVMe with the same type of cable. So this is the concept, and now I propose that we go on some use case on the show.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Yes, now, as I said, Jürgen, this is some example of some use case of how we can integrate the different building blocks into a chassis. For this first example, we are on a 1U chassis, and this is the most interesting case for this type of extension, because we use standard 5-inch SSD or drive bay, and we can integrate up to 4 modules into a 1U 19-inch standard rack. So it can be, for example, in this example, we have one CPU with its I/O extension, where the CPU is on the front, the I/O is on the rear, and we have the completely redundant system on the left side, exactly the same. But we can imagine to have only one myOPALE CPU and up to 3 module I/O. So that means that we have much more than the standard product on the market today, which is limited to 2 I/O cards. Here we can have up to 5 I/O cards in a 1U chassis. And also, as it is mechanically dissociated from the CPU, we can have the I/O on the rear, but also on the front. So you can play with a puzzle or Lego, and we can imagine your internet appliance and so ever. So this is this type of very new, exciting functions that we propose, and we are the only ones that we propose at Embedded World this year. Jürgen, another use case is a system that we use a standard 4U chassis, and we demonstrate the remote capability of myOPALE CPU. Into the chassis you don't see any PICMIG motherboard or HHB. In fact, we integrate the remote myOPALE CPU in a 5-inch place that is used standardly for the storage. And from this CPU we have 2 PCI Express by 8 PCI Express over cable that go each to GPU, very high speed intensive computing for deep learning, machine learning, and so on. And the last one use case I wanted to show you is that in the case of the customer uses a 2U 19-inch rack with a PICMIG 1.3 CPU, and he wants to have some I/O card in the front of his chassis. So no problem with that. He has only to use an adapter from PCI Express to mini-SAS HD. And we go up to the front to a myOPALE I/O, and you have directly access to 2 I/O cards for any type of application.